You can make all kinds of things with a 3D.
This episode is sponsored in part by PTZ Optics. Why hire a camera operator when the control is in your hands? Visit ptzoptics.com for more information. And by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster TC1. Stun your viewers, not your accountant. Visit newtek.com for more information.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Game Time. It's Thursday. We're going to try to get through this without coughing. We're going to try. We're going to try to get through this with this guy. We're going to try to do it.
I am actually doing. You guys are talking. I'm actually doing Game Time. I'm playing some Jag.
That's the only
on the
time
new
you play
PE
anything.
emulator. Well, you can see I'm playing. I play well because it's classic. It's a classic game.
Where's the music, though?
Yeah. Something should stay classic.
I need a dance party.
Yeah, he doesn't
And this
have a
really
word.
has good music, but we'll probably get copyrighted. So we'll just keep the music out of it. Keep the music off.
And we've
I'll
got.
sing.
Well, let's take a look at
Please don't.
Bill over here in his ugly Christmas sweater. It must be ugly Christmas sweater day.
It is.
It's too hot for me to wear one of them down. But I do like it. It's got Baby Yoda on it. Galaxies.
Yep.
What does it say? Galaxies.
Galaxy
Greetings. Very cool. I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
I'm being festive.
He's being festive, and he's taunting me with that cabinet that's over his shoulder. We'll get to that later. And then we've got the traitor among traitors, the shill among shills, the person that's on my naughty list this year. And we'll get to that later as well. How are you guys doing? Jayde, I feel like you haven't been here in like forever. You've stood us up week after week after week. But you finally decided to grace us with your
Who
presence.
canceled the show last week?
Who
After I
didn't
made
show
an
up the week
awesome
before?
statement?
It's like high school over again. The girl never showed up.
That's what it was. It's because Glenn was here. No. You stuck us P-dubs last week. Or, no, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yep.
And you still got the COVID in your brain. What's going on, Steven, tonight?
It's a fog, man. Listen, I was telling these guys here, if I start just like drifting, okay, don't anybody panic. Just we'll just keep going on the show. I'm gonna be busy, okay, just so everybody sees that. I will be busy, and
Taunting us.
you guys don't worry about it. Don't pay any attention to what's going on there. But looks like we did get a super chat here from Goro.
Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah, don't look behind the curtain. And he says, happy holidays to all the gamers, arcade, AtGames, Arcade 1-Up, and even Unico, LOL. Thank you, Goro the Goldie. Appreciate that. Anybody want to give a shout out? Why don't you go through, somebody give a shout out to all the people in the chat room that you guys see. I don't care if we just go right down the line. I don't care. Just go. Do something.
Wait, me?
Sure. Yes. Jayde, why don't you say hi to everybody in the chat room?
All right, we got here with us Quentin. I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to move along with the show here. We got a lot of things to cover. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wait, what? What are we doing?
Okay, so that cue is totally screwed up, and let's move on with the show. Let's go. Yeah, here we go with the slurp. Crazy old Maurice. What's going on, MG?
To us. Good start.
Adam Cal, Disability, The Real Smile Bit. Who else do we have here? Michael R. Who else? Wayne Rice, DB. Y'all like to use abbreviations. I like that. Two letters. Makes it easy for me. Prince Malcolm, Roger Smith over on Facebook. Bill's Retro. I don't know that guy.
Forget him.
Yeah. Quarton. We got a bunch of guys over here. Frank D. Frank D's just playing Pokemon, but he's here. So we're all good. Okay. So I told the guys, no make or break this week, but I might do one on the fly. But I did tell them, excuse me, I have. Yeah, listen to you. I have something that I think is going to make them jealous.
Oh, VD is not going to make me jealous.
And they're and they're gonna sit there. They're gonna sit there and Glenn is going to be like, I hate you.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it.
Okay.
You've been taunting me too long.
All right. So, coming in late spring, early summer, to Niles, Ohio, which is about 10 to 15 minutes from my house. Pastime Arcades is opening, which has thousands of arcades and pinball tables. All the way back to the original pinball table that was ever created, which I can't think of it off the top of my head. But they have everything from the old stuff to the new stuff, and they're going through and making, sorry, my NDI is being wonky here for a second, making everything work. That's why they're taking their time, making sure they're doing the cool toy. They're going through
the cool toy
and going through. They've got every pinball table you guys can think of. And here's the cool part, right? It's all going to be set to free play. You pay I think he said $10 or $20 for the day, and you can play anything and stay as long as you want. They'll have like a restaurant in there that you can eat, like a little lounge area. How cool is that?
It looks really cool.
It does look cool.
I told you Jade would be drooling.
Nice.
I see it coming right now. Look. I knew it. But I mean, they have the old Bally Williams tables. I thought it was really cool. The one is like a wooden one. I can't think of it. Some of in the chat room might know exactly what it is.
Okay, but where does all their revenue come from?
I don't know.
Food.
I haven't
Probably
talked
eating.
to them. I haven't
$30
talked to them.
hamburger.
But think about it.
Oh.
There's tons of people that would go there. I bet their hair is all cool too.
They
But you can see
they need to do like lighting in there. Like they need lots of
Well,
neon
it's a work in progress. Some of the spots are drywalled, but they have the machines where you used to set your drinks and your cigarette ashtrays and stuff down on.
That's crazy though that they have that many.
That is a lot.
Yeah, like that is crazy.
You guys,
where are their arcade cabs?
they're on the other side. He didn't show any of that. This is all just pinball lane. Like I'm telling you, there's tons of it.
That's an insane amount of pinball machines.
He's even got this.
They're all in nice condition too.
If you're like me and you like rifle games, like Buck Hunter and stuff, they have a fully refurbished Jungle Safari game that they actually had somebody come in and do it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Those I like.
You guys can look them up on Facebook, Pastimes Arcades, and they're in Niles, Ohio. I'm going to see if I can get the NDI working some more here. But you could see right there, I mean, all the old wooden, when we get up closer here, he's got here one that he's working on. They're just incredible that they all function. And can you imagine what that costs to get all this?
That's what I'm saying. Like they have all those pinball machines. Like where's their revenue going to come from?
I don't know. And you can see that they're still in the process of painting and tiling. They're doing.
Think about all the
stuff.
maintenance that they're going to have to do and like all the upkeep. That's crazy.
Look at the wood,
the old wooden ones.
The old wooden ones with the original, the first ones that ever had flippers.
They all look like they're in really good condition too.
Yeah.
The one right next to it, he's going to go to it. That's the one
How do you even get? Like they must own those things.
Look
or
at this.
something. Like
this one
how
right
else?
here. The Whiz Bang. They have an original Whiz Bang. See, Glenn? Glenn's drooling. I told you he would.
Wait. Here, do they have computer space?
They have every pinball table I think I've ever seen. No, Crazy Old Maurice. They're going to be doing this. This is like all day.
Yes.
Okay.
What? There's Space Invaders. I played that game before. That was pretty cool.
Space Invaders pinball, I'd like to see if anyone finds that out there.
Oh, there's my pinball table.
They have a lot of the new ones. They have. Do you guys remember the Pokemon one that came out where you could collect the Pokemon on the pinball table? They actually have that one there. I seen in this video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the other thing they're going to do too. So I guess they bought a lot of these in a lot, and any duplicates they have, they're going to fix them up, clean them all up, make them look brand spanking new, and sell them. So they're probably going to get some revenue from that as well. Glenn had a whiz bang when he was a kid. See, that's what I knew that. I knew once he saw it, he was going to be like, I feel like I'm going back in time. Oh, you can have birthday parties there, yeah, DB. He says, I'm going to have my 48th birthday party there. There you go. Let me see. I'm going to kind of fast forward here because it's a long video. But you guys can watch it uninterrupted. So here's an area where they're going to have like a lounge. He's probably going to set up a, like Jayde, you were saying, like they need lights and color. So they're working on that. Real nice floor. Back there's where the restaurant's going to be. Set it up where you can get like, probably pizza and stuff. I can't imagine it being like a sit down.
Wait, when did you say it was going to be ready?
Late spring, early summer of 2023.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've got a lot of work ahead of them. I mean, that's going to be really cool though when they're done.
Let me shift over to. Let me see if I can get to the arcades. There's some of the arcades that he had. I don't think he spent a lot of time on it. I think he did another video with the arcades, but you can at least get a quick glance at some of the arcades. Wow. There's Defender, Stargate, Popeye. I mean, there's arcades for miles, man. Like,
now look at that. Look at all that space you need there for all those machines. Where you can get
like
all of those and a small GRS Buildicade. Plug, shameless plug.
They probably don't have that yet.
Not yet.
Who had 13 minutes on the pool before he started talking?
But I mean, look how big that. I mean, it's just.
After I drank something, really, come out of my nose.
All right. So I have to ask: Did I live up to the hype with that one?
That does look pretty cool, especially for the price of admission. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think it'll be really cool. I'm anxious to go in there, and once they open up, I'm going to go in there with the camera and I'll go through. Because when I showed it to my kids, they're like, "Can we go? It's like 3 times the size of our basement." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a lot bigger than 3 times the size of our basement." But I am kind of excited to go and check it out and see what's going on with it. We have, let's see what Crazy Old Marie says. I just sold 2 of my pinballs for $3,000, and that was way lower than they were worth. Can't imagine how much money in machines is in that building. That's kind of what I want to throw out there. What do you guys think? How much do you think in games do they have in that building?
Oh gosh. What? Okay, you mean like off of? You mean off of like the market value today?
I'm assuming so because, and I said thousands. There's not thousands. I think they have like
thousands.
I think there's like 600 pinball tables and like I want to say 200 or 250.
You're probably talking about $100,000 easy of stuff in there between the pinball machines and all the machines.
Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere between 100 and 200.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it still looks pretty cool, even though they don't have all the lights and stuff, which they're probably going to have. They're working on.
Well, that's not even counting. Do they rent the space? Do they own the space? All the work they're putting into the space, just
exactly.
all of that.
I would say that they're owning it because they're putting a lot of the work into it. A lot of people, at least around here, they don't do that. I'm kind of curious to see though. Like what they did is they're working on, because some of these older machines, he says this in the video, they're putting in timers. And Glenn, you're probably going to know more about this because you get into the electronics side of things, and Jayde and some of the guys in here. They're putting timers in there, so if you walk away from a game for like, I don't know, 20 seconds, like you know how kids do that. They'll play it for a little bit, they'll walk away, and the game continues to play. They have it shut down, that trigger mechanism that's in a gun or steering wheel, so that it doesn't kill it because they're such old machines. So they're wiring up some kind of he says it in the video. You'll have to watch the video if you go to it. He says they're putting a timer into it, so he has to do that to all of them. Is it in a flood zone? I don't think so.
That sounds very like intricate. I mean, like the amount of work that would take to do that, and then what if the timers like start to fail or they cause the machines to like malfunction or something? Like that sounds
best thing. They should use the pressure pad. When you go into like those Halloween stores, you step on the pad, things come out.
Yeah.
Put the pad down there. As long as you're standing on the pad, the game goes. You walk off the pad, the game reboots.
So we've got
listen to me, guys. Just listen to me.
So some of these guys say, so Arcade Mountain says, if they have 600 pinball tables, just an average of 1K each, that's way more than 100K in machines. And MG says some are worth 7K, some are worth $200.
Especially pinball machines. The pinball machines, absolutely. The arcade machines, maybe, but the pinball machines, you can run 10, especially an old, well-built one could be 10 grand. Sure.
And they redid them really nice. You can see, like, even the old ones, the Bally Williams tables, they look like brand new. Yeah. Or motion detectors, MG says. Yeah, you could do that too. You can do that. All right. I think we had our juice up for the beginning of the show. So now
that's very intimate.
I want to talk about my make or break. Okay, so I didn't film anything this week, and the reason I was just lazy. I'm just call a spade a spade. And I was getting over this illness, but I'll do a make or break right here on the spot. So there's a certain content creator, and it happens to be on this panel, who bought all these arcades and started building an arcade room because she wanted to do content. And then one by one, she started to sell them.
Wait, you don't know how I identify.
And during this content phase, she was taking different pictures of her room. Like, the majority of her content has been room tours. And now she hates every arcade company out there. Is that a make or a break?
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna say who it is. I'm not gonna point that person out. And I'm also not gonna point fingers at that person. She's right there. So what do you guys think? Jade? What are you doing?
You guys have to decide first.
What are you doing? It's a break. It's a break for me. You don't want real arcades. You don't want Arcade 1-Up. You don't want AtGames. You don't want iArcade. You threw that out with the bathwater. Oh, but you're keeping the AtGames, though, because you like the spinners. Okay. You don't want real arcades because you have to fix them.
If her sunglasses were off, Steven, you'd be getting the eye right now.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
You just can't see it.
Oh, I'm sure I am. She knows I'm having fun with this a little bit, but I am curious as to, because I actually, when I watched your video, I was actually expecting you to say, yes, I'm buying all real arcades. And you said, the only way I'm doing that is if I sell them. And I was like, what?
Wait, if I sell what?
If you were buying any real arcades, you were going to fix them up and sell them.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I actually thought you were going to say, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the rest of them as soon as I can find real ones to replace them. You totally lost me. So why have you condensed your collection down to just a few? And don't give me this bull like you needed a little bit of room and you know, I just want these games. Come on. Give it to us. We want the exclusive. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I just felt like there was an excessive amount of unnecessary 1-Up cabs, and I would rather
They died on you, didn't they? You can be honest with us. They died on you, right? The PCB's fried.
She sold them and protested you're not getting your machine you paid for months ago and hasn't been delivered.
Knew it. I knew. Or wait. The BOE monitors died on them. That's what it was, right? Right?
Yes.
I knew it.
Are those cookies good?
They are very good. You wanted to know how I was going to do it? This is how I'm going to do it, right? Look, I'll even go full screen, ready?
You need to zoom into your... Yeah, you need to zoom into the bites, though.
They don't want to see that.
No, please don't.
So the reason I bring this up, and all joking aside, and that's not what was going on, is this what we're going to see here progressing? Is this what we're going to see from other content creators? Are we going to see the slowly demise of those game rooms that they work so hard to build?
Oh, I don't think so at all. I think that it's still a niche for some people. I think that there's still plenty of people out there and content creators who just like sharing their game rooms more than anything else, and that's just kind of what they do. And I think it's cool. I mean, I think a lot of people get really creative and do a lot of cool stuff, whether it's in their basement or their extra bedroom or whatever. I mean, I've seen some really cool stuff. But just for me, like everything that personally that I've experienced and gone through and learned, even just since like getting on YouTube has just kind of like changed my direction. So I mean that's for me, but I still think that people are going to be out there, doing game room stuff and whatnot. Whether or not it really, this is really the question. Does it just kind of stay where it's at, or does it keep picking up, or does it like pick up and then kind of dwindle and pick up and dwindle, or do other people kind of, maybe some go in the direction that I am, or that more of the purists are? I've seen a lot of people say different things. So,
or do they go the way of Glen?
It's an interesting topic
and do the 1/6 scale. I'm being serious here. Is that the way?
For me, honestly, that's the new thing that we're gonna see is like 1/6 scale arcade room tours.
I'm being completely serious here.
Well, for me, my basement flooded, so getting more machines, taking up more bedrooms. I have 2 bedrooms that are full of items right now. So for me, going small makes sense. I don't have a garage where I can use. I don't have a big basement anymore that I trust putting stuff down in. So for me, going small makes sense. I'm always going to keep a couple of full size because there's Asteroids. I got to have that. The AtGames Legends. I have to have that. iArcade. I have to have that. But I think going forward, more purchase for me will always be on the smaller scale, just so I know if there's a flood, I get them out quick.
Yeah, good point.
Evacuate.
What about you, Bill? You just started getting your collection going.
Yeah, well, that is the thing for me. I mean, I'm at the start of it, so I haven't even come close to all the stuff that I want to get. I mean, I'm still in the process of just even building my game room.
Noob.
It's just been I am when it comes to that. That's for sure. I mean, like I said, I got a whole area of my house. It's just slow going, trying to get all the construction work done on it before I can start to put some of this stuff in it. So my plan is to buy a couple more machines next year. It's just going to depend on what's out there as to what I actually wind up getting.
The reason I kind of brought all this up is because guys are selling them. I see it in the chat room. Crazy old Maurice, he's like, look, I sold 2/3 of mine. Paid for a trip to Disneyland. I'll pull that comment up here. The reason I'm asking that is we came on this show a couple weeks ago. We talked about how expensive these machines are getting. And then these machines that just recently came out are down to like $299. Mm-hmm. Is that we're not selling? So we have to drop these prices because of inflation, because of everything? Or is the interest just gone? So. Is the interest just gone in this?
Well, I think it's also an end of the year thing. It probably has to do with like fiscal year sales or end of the year sales and stock and a bunch of other like, financial and numerical value type crap. But I think that that's part of it. And I also think that there is the addition of, yes, they are not selling as much as they had projected or hoped for. I think there is that element there. I mean, when you're taking a cabinet that just came out a month ago or whatever it was, 2 months ago, and dropping the price down to like $299 from being at what, $699?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a drastic price drop.
Well, yeah. There's another thing to that as well. I mean, in this market right now, we're kind of in a recession. It costs you like $12 for 12 eggs. It costs you like $6 for milk. So people are not going to go out and spend $600 for a machine they know is not worth that amount of money. They know it's, the company's going to sell what they can sell it for. And I just think right now the market being what it is, with everything costing a fortune, gas, oil, electricity, and most importantly, food, it's just not, people are not going to go out and spend that kind of money. So they need to do something. And to be honest, I still don't think they're losing any money selling at those prices.
So
I agree. I don't think that they are either, but I do also, I mean, I agree with what you're saying in whole. And I think that that is also another thing that it's it's kind of like almost insulting that they're, selling them at $6.99 and then dropping it down to a $2.99 price tag to the consumer base, especially during a time like this where, everything's getting more expensive and their prices are going up. Like, sorry, but the quality of the product isn't that great, and it's not worth, that much.
And the other bigger thing is people, like Steven in his particular case, he bought a machine a while ago, it hasn't even gotten it yet, but the prices have gone down. He hasn't even gotten it yet.
He
hasn't even gotten it yet, and the prices have gone down. I'd be ticked.
Sure, rub it in. Listen,
just saying.
I haven't told these guys this, but today's the show. We have a bunch of topics we want to talk about. That is, if you don't participate. How can you participate? You can give us a call. 724-893-8603. You don't even have to come on video. Just call the phone number. We'll bring you on the air and talk to us a little bit about this. Are you one of those people? Are you looking to get rid of? I don't care if it's I don't care what it is. If you're looking for an arcade,
hit me like this. If I make it better when you call, I'll just say hello.
Glenn will scare you. But if you want to call, if somebody's already on the air, you just wait till they're done and you can jump on. But if you want to get on, you want to talk to us, 724-893-8603 is the number. You can call live and talk to us. I know Jayde, you, me, and P-Dubs did this the other week it was or whatever, and a lot of people liked it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you got that haze, the sicky haze.
Yeah.
But on that note, on the note of this subject, I did just release a video this afternoon, which discusses actually an alternative to, like one-ups and other home arcade type things that, may be more conducive for people. It's a little bit more, it could be a little bit more expensive, or it could be the same price. So there are options out there for those home arcade fans who feel like they're getting let down.
Yeah, you can buy more overpriced garbage from another company that sells things to make an arcade out of it, like Jayde did. They saw her coming a mile away. They're like, yes, a former arcade one-up enthusiast. This is great. We'll sell her.
No, I'll say this.
We'll give her the works.
The cabinets that I kept from Arcade One Up, though, are very control specific. And I always say this, but they're very control specific. Tron and Star Wars and Ridge Racer and I don't know, something else that has controls on it. And then MVC2, of course, I have no other good reason other than, to me, it's just a collector's item, and I have to own that one. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, and Star Wars with Glen's GRS yoke, right? Glen, shameless plug, is amazing.
I'll take it.
It's so much better to play it that way. I mean, it's just phenomenal, and I love it. So
well, there definitely are arcade one-up cabinets that are definitely nice cabinets. The Star Wars is definitely one. Again, more nostalgic for me, the age group, but it just was a really nicely designed cabinet.
I would love to have one of the original Tron sticks, Glen, on my Tron cab.
We got to get, we due to everything else, the Build-A-Cade, James Plug, took priority right now.
Hello?
But we're going to have those out. Go ahead.
I'm so fanboy. I love him so much. He's so funny. I'm sorry. Anyway, hi, Jayde. I just wanted to know where you got your hat. I really love it. Okay. Love the show. Bye.
Where did you get the hat?
Where'd you get the hat? Mariah was her name.
Yeah. Amazon, Mariah.
Amazon is your friend.
She's a friend of Console Fanboy, apparently. All right. Well, thank you, Mariah, for calling in.
Sorry, Glen. I know I violently cut you off. I was trying to hint at here. I want the original Tron stick in my Arcade One Up Tron.
But you need the one with the deflector button. So
yes.
Yeah, right.
The same one that I need that I'm waiting for him to get as well.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting.
Right. The GRS Build-A-Cade shameless plug took priority for the Christmas season, but the stick we're coming out with, the version 2.0 of the stick will be coming out, and trust me, you're going to want that one. It's got a lot of new neat features on it. It's designed even better. Not that mine never broke, but it's even stronger. We made sure it was even stronger than before. So you definitely want to wait for that one. It'll be coming out in the first quarter of 2023.
Would you use Teflon?
Okay. And you designed that, right?
I did not design it. I give the thumbs up. I give the the GRS thumbs up on it. The company who manufactures me, T-Sticks, it's an arcade company. They know that part of it. They know how to build a quality arcade item that doesn't break.
They want a Tron stick for the Build-A-Cade.
You know what?
Don't tempt the man.
That is intense. You'll need a pair of tweezers to play it.
No, well, actually, it's not. A real good friend of mine. He's on a Facebook group called Old Made New. He turns the Coleco mini-cades from the 80s at Pac-Man.com. He actually made a Tron in that, and he made a small Tron joystick. And other people, I know a few people made small Tron joysticks. Dwayne Ringo, another friend of mine, actually made a small 1/6 scale Star Wars yoke that works. So wow. I will just say nothing's out of the realm of possibility. He's you know what? I don't know. I never asked. I don't say hi, Dwayne. Are you German? I don't know. But it can be done. It can be done. And the Build-A-Cade, like I said, this is just the opening door for it. So we have many, many things planned for this coming down the road. So what you're saying is, as John would say, anything is possible.
You're gonna have to pay money.
Did you see what Paul said? He's got a little inside info there.
All right, let's see what Paul has to say. What does he say, Jayde?
Paul says, Glen's got a strong stick.
Well, I can't argue with him. There's no argument for me.
Okay. Well, so we have that going on.
We've gone there. We've now gone there. And,
we've gone there. So I'm going to divert, and I'm going to change the subject here. So Glen, why don't you talk a little bit about why you have the Atari Jaguar plastered as your background tonight with the Jaguar logo everywhere, in case people don't know what's going on with it.
Well, it's funny. When the Jaguar came out in the early 90s, it was touted as the most advanced game system at the time, but some of the games didn't really show that, but some actually did, like Alien vs. Predator, Tempest 2000, and a few others. But like the Nintendo 64, the custom chips made it very difficult to emulate, and they've been trying for years. There's been a couple emulators out there, like Virtual Jag, and there's another one I can't think of at the moment, but none of them were very good. I mean, you could play the game, but it wasn't accurate. So when the Atari 50th Game Collection came out, they actually had Atari Jaguar games on there, and there was an emulator on there, and it's called Big PEMU, which is down on my little logo in here, you can see. And it's available for free. I'll post a link in the chat in a minute. And it plays all the commercial games pretty much perfectly. I mean, nothing's ever perfect when it's emulation. But if you want to experience the Atari Jaguar, and I'm actually playing it here in the background, you can experience the Jaguar. Because I know people were saying for years, it's a horrible system, the games all suck. It's not true. There's a lot of good games in here. Some are, like Club Drive is actually pretty bad. I'm not going to lie on that one.
It should be called Club Garbage.
Yeah, it really. I mean, it was horrible. But the other good thing about this emulator is it does allow you to speed up the CPU, because what happened was the Jaguar was very advanced. It was like the Saturn, multiple chips, highly technical chips that could do amazing things. But Atari was horrible with that documentation. So people use the 68,000 as the processor in here. So that caused a lot of slowdowns with some games. So those games that are running slow, like Checkered Flag or even Iron Soldier, you can bump up the CPU and bring up your frame rates. So in any case, if you do want to experience the Jaguar, as Steven knows, the Jaguar is getting expensive. I'm just saying the console's gotten very expensive. You can get a Jaguar now, it may cost you $500 to get a Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
So with this emulator, you can experience the Jaguar's, classic games. Jayde, you have it.
So
Back
great.
me up, Jayde.
No, 100%. Like, I mean, everybody's going to have different preferences, and the Jaguar, it has a rough track record, but it is unique, and also it was made during a troubling time over at Atari. So There are a lot of good games on it, though. I mean,
wait a
when
second.
I say a lot, I use that word.
When wasn't there a troubling time over at Atari?
When 2600 was out, Atari was king. Remember that?
Can I answer
Go ahead.
Stupid Fat Hobbit's question?
Yeah, I was gonna pull that up. Yeah, I thought that was a funny name, actually. Go ahead.
So Stupid Fat Hobbit says, wondering what you all think. Is the recent Blitz price dropping fast because online for other 2 games isn't coming, or do you think? Wait, let me see. Or what? Wait, is it coming sooner than we think?
Pro Blitz.
I'll say
Blitz
this.
Coming sooner than we think.
I'll say this. The main reason why the price is dropping is because it was a touchdown.
Was
it a fumble? I think it was a fumble.
No, it was a touchdown.
According to them, it was a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. That was what they're tweeting.
The Hall of Famers love it. Sorry,
that was a quoted. We're not being facetious with his answer. That was their quoted response to Jayde on Twitter.
The Hall of Famers love it.
724-893-8603 is the call-in number. The Jaguar, I'm really seriously thinking about getting the cartridge that you showed me, Jayde. I keep
Game Drive.
Yeah,
they had it in stock.
Slacking. I know. It's probably out now.
You should have got it when they had it in stock. Now people are going to be selling it for like.
Steven, if you ordered that, you probably would have got it.
You know what? And it's coming from overseas. It's coming from another country, so I probably would have got. Come to think of it, Glenn, the company that I bought the EverDrive for the TurboGrafx, I don't think it took longer than a week to get that. Coming from,
I think that was coming from the Ukraine. Actually,
I was just going to say, wasn't it coming from the Ukraine?
Yeah,
I was going to ask you that.
I saw a tweet from him that they have a small little gas generator outside his shop right now because obviously Ukraine's in the middle of a war defending itself against Russia, and they have a small little gas generator running, and there are people working in there basically for food. Believe it or not. So, if you're interested in any of these flash drives from Kurtz or Kritz, however you pronounce it,
Kritz, yeah.
He's over at. You can get it over at Stone Age Gamer. And
they're awesome.
Definitely support him. The guy
or Atari Age, right? That's the same.
Atari Age too.
Atari
correct.
Age, yep.
Yeah.
So support him. The guy really does design really nice flash cards from whether it's TurboGrafx 16. The Jaguar was actually not developed by him. It was actually developed by somebody else. But still, if you could support him, it would mean a lot. And he makes the best flash cartridges for the Super Nintendo, the NES, the Sega Genesis, all those machines. Game Gear, he's the guy you want to go to anyway.
I'm curious because I don't know about you guys, but I'm spending a lot more time. Like even when I was sick, I wasn't playing the arcades. I was actually playing console games. I spent a lot, and tomorrow's my last day of work. Minus a meeting I have to go to next week because of part of a project that I'm working on. I was like, I'll just get on the call for an hour for this meeting. It's not a big deal. But I'm off till the 3rd, and I have a lineup of games that I just got. Plus, my wife wants me to put out on a list what I want for Christmas. So I'm like, what about you guys? Are you finding yourselves playing a lot more console? I know Glenn, Jaguar. Obviously, you've been playing that with the new emulator and whatnot. Are you guys finding yourself doing that a lot more?
I mean, I streamed some PS5
Stray
the
Cat?
other day. Yeah, Stray.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've only been playing on stream, but I did get like 4 Switch games at once, so I've kind of been chipping away at those. But I have actually been playing my arcades, mostly Donkey Kong and the new Multicade, obviously.
What about you, Bill? I mean, you've been kind of quiet too as far as videos, and I know you're probably wrapping up things at the end of the year as well. But are you finding yourself still playing the arcades as much, or are you playing the console stuff?
Well, a little bit of both. I mean, this is where I'm sitting here. This is where I am all day long. This is my home office. This is where I work from. So I'll sit here and do some work and get frustrated with something and turn around and play, one of these for a couple of minutes. And if I'm not doing that, more than likely I'm on Switch because I'll just, keep it in handheld mode and play it. little harder to play my consoles right now just because of personal family situations I got going on. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I still one of the things I love about the arcade games is that you can just sit in front of one, play it for 5 minutes, and then go back to something. Whereas with console games, I feel like as soon as I start something, I'm going to be in it for hours because that's the kind of games that that you get into on a console. You get into like a God of War or a Zelda or something like that, and you just the next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're still playing.
Ooh, that reminds me. I'm gonna get like sandwiched between Stray and the Cyberpunk DLC because I still have to play God of War. Like I just got, I haven't even installed it yet, but I have it for my PS5, and I really want to do Stray, God of War, and then get back into Cyberpunk when the DLC comes out.
So look, MG comes on. He goes, "I have no time for games because I'm always watching YouTube live streams like a loser."
Like a king. What are you kidding?
I wouldn't call that a loser, but
nah.
If you're not watching
a lot of these
Game Time, then yes, you are. But if you're watching Game Time, oh no.
Yeah.
I honestly though, like a lot of our game nights now have comprised of people like I some of our friends, they're bringing over their consoles because I have all these TVs for the broadcasting, obviously, and they're hooking them up, and we're playing more LAN parties. We're doing multiplayer online games like Fortnite, Warzone, things like that, where we can go on and play as teams and do that. And then we get tired of that a little bit. We'll play like a little bit of pinball. Pinball probably still gets played a lot. And then Simpsons Bowling, still a hit. We still play that. But other than that, it's kind of like one-offs on some of these other cabinets. But then it's back to the multiplayer action on these consoles. So I don't know if it's just one of those things where it's like we're in that ho-hum stage. And I know Christmas is going to be at our house this year where the extended family's coming with all the kids. So I'm going to be on high alert, making sure nobody's climbing on them.
I'm not going to lie. I'm just trying to get through this month. Like, I'm just trying to make it into mid-January because then there won't be any more birthdays or holidays for a while.
Right. So I guess if I had to ask, because obviously this is the last episode of this year, going into 2023, of all the games, of all the things that were announced this year, I don't care if it's arcades, I don't care if it's a game, what stood out to all of you guys? What were you most excited for this year? And did it come to fruition, or was it a big letdown? Whatever it is that.
This is like a question that I needed at least some prep for, Steven.
No, see, it doesn't. The answers. Listen, the answers aren't as near entertaining or fun if I would have prepped you for all this. See, I did a lot of prep behind the scenes, and I had you guys get some articles, and we can get into some of that if we wanted to. But I wanted that for like kind of padding here a little bit because I thought
now I have to get inside of my ADHD brain and like.
We'll start with Glenn because I already know what he's going to say. It comes from Thunderstick, so I know what he's going to say. It was the build-a-cade.
The question was, what else would I be more excited about?
That's what I'm saying. We'll start with him.
It came to fruition.
And it came. So did it meet your expectation? I mean, being real, did it meet your expectations, honestly, or did it exceed your expectations?
Honestly, I'm gonna be. Truth be honest, it did because we sent.
I think it exceeded your expectations as a viewer.
It did, and what got me more so excited was that we got the STEM certification. For the educational, well, that's a really big deal, and that's something that most people don't get, and they were head over heels when they got a sample unit and tried it out. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm excited for its future. Like I said, it's kind of surreal when you have a product and it comes to fruition. It's built, people are enjoying it. It's one of those dreams that we have. Sometimes we dream and doing with partners, like some people with a number 1 in their name, and it doesn't work out. That's okay, because all you do is you pick your boots up, pull your pants up, and you prove them wrong, and you prove that you could do something better than they can, and it's selling very well. I'm very happy with it, and we're not done yet.
So what do you foresee first? Because you got to top this in 2023, and it's going to be tough because, like you said, we're kind of in this recession.
Are you sure it'll be tough for me?
No. But hear me out.
Sure?
Hear me out. We're in this kind of this recession, and people are a little gun shy about spending right now, as we're seeing. What can you do to really top this, to entice people?
Well,
to,
I would say top it, but let's put it this
buy
way:
in.
when we were making previous products, I'm going to lose my game now because now Steven's got my total attention here. So when we were doing the Star Wars yoke, it was obviously at this point I think fairly well known. It's the best one on the market. It's the best one that's ever been made, and we were trying to get the price down low. It came out originally higher than we wanted at $250. As soon as we could, we got it down to $199, so more people could purchase it. On Black Friday, with the 40% off, it was down to $119 to get this device. So I'm always trying to get the prices down. At the detriment of us. We're not making any money because I want to make sure people can get it in their hands and actually enjoy it. More so now because people, Christmas is here. They want to get gifts for their families and not spend a lot of money. I mean, that's what our mission is, and I think we've been doing extremely well with that. I wish more people followed our way of doing things by thinking of the end user, not their bottom line and the company's bottom line. Not good business sense, but hey, I'm not a businessman. I'm a gamer.
Okay. Bill, we'll go to you since Jayde needed all this prep. So we're giving her as much prep as she possibly can have. Listen, I can stall for you after this. We can do a song. I can dance, whatever you want to do. We'll give you some more. We'll go some more. Bill, what was your highlight this year?
I don't know. It's tough. It really is tough. I mean, just starting out, just getting into this, the stuff I bought was all stuff I was excited to get. Some of which I didn't even know I was going to be excited to get, like the oh, there she goes. Oh, sit there and think about what you're going to say, would you?
You know what? Your breath of thought was like giving me anxiety. I was like, oh my God, he's really thinking about this. Like,
listen,
I have to top that.
Listen, he was sitting there and he was meticulously filling out the words so that you could just feel what he was thinking.
I was.
We're embracing it. Continue, Bill.
Well, now I lost my train of thought.
Boy, listen, if you guys tuned in and expected a humdinger of a last show, boy, you tuned into the wrong show. This is just continuing to go downhill. You want to try that again there, Bill? No. Are you sure, Bill? Maybe I should can the show after this year. They should just say, no, we're having a good time. All right, I'll jump to Jayde. I'll let her, and then you can heckle her while she's trying to do hers.
Okay, that's totally reasonable.
And then we'll come back to Bill.
What was magical about this year? Well, I was excited about Pokemon Arceus, which kind of wasn't quite what I had wanted it to be. And so I was a little bit of a letdown, but I did look forward to MVC2, which turned out to be, kind of a redheaded stepchild. And overall though, it wasn't the worst year in gaming, I don't think.
Okay. I need to address this from MG. I was super excited to get my tracking number and shipment notifications, but not to have it actually shipped for weeks.
Nothing like rubbing salt in the wound.
MG, you're my best friend today. Because it's time for Stories with Steve. This is a new segment that we're going to talk to you. This is sponsored by Arcade 1-Up. Arcade 1-Up, as you guys all know, I've been griping and complaining the last couple weeks because, like you guys, I didn't listen to Jayde and I didn't buy it the first wave for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now I actually regret that I did it. But let me show you. Peer into my crystal ball, will you? This is my tracking for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yes, this is definitely too soon. This is like pouring buckets of salt in the wound. So you can see the label was created on 12/9 at 11:10 a.m. What does it say? Shipper created a label. UPS has not received the package yet. 12:13. It finally moved. It was like a kidney stone that finally passed.
Oh, that's painful.
Mm.
And here it is. Look, it says it's on the way from Los Angeles. And without showing my address, you'll have to trust me on this because the panel saw it. It will be here supposedly. Now we're taking bets. Tuesday of next week. Meanwhile, I've had this notification since Thursday of last week. Not this week. Last week. So, thank you, Arcade One Up, for your stellar shipments.
I think it'll be there by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday.
The only thing that could top this is something shows up broke or missing out of this. And you thought I'm upset now. It's a good thing this isn't a Christmas present.
I can almost guarantee you something on one of the side panels is going to be chipped.
Don't tell me that. Don't even
UPS
say
is
that.
Pretty bad. I mean, they're pretty Jim Carrey.
Y'all, I'm gonna hang up on every single one of you right now.
Hey, you know what? Biggie did make a good point, though. I guess I started my channel like 4 or 5 months ago, and that's been really good this year. I've
There you
had a
go.
lot of fun on YouTube.
Yeah, there you
YouTube has been fun. So.
Bill, she stole yours.
Yeah.
You started going down that road, and she stole it. So, what do you got for us?
All right.
What are you most?
It's been a good year.
You did. You broke into the space, right? I mean that's something to be happy about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, it's been a lot of fun for sure. I enjoy talking about this stuff. So
we joke around. We have a good time on here. I mean, all seriousness though, I feel bad for the consumers. That's all. With like, we're not going to spend an hour talking about Arcade One Up. I don't really give a rip, but I feel for the consumers. That's all I'm going to say anymore about that.
Shit.
Yeah. Excuse me? Did you sneeze over there? Do you have something that you need to tell me?
It's the black lung pop, Steve.
What? I'm sorry. What? What was that? Huh?
The black lung.
The black lung? Ladies and gentlemen, Shelion has just been canceled. And you guys came for a show. These guys are going to regret. They're going to be like, these guys are coming back in 2023? Oh, dear Lord.
Well, hey, look on the bright side. We can only go up from here.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I'm sure we could lose viewers. We could definitely do that. That's definitely not a problem. I think overall, and I'm just I'm all kidding aside, all joking aside. I think this show has exceeded my expectations because I think
low expectations, huh?
I think Glenn would agree. I think Glenn would agree with me that when we talked about bringing the show back after the long hiatus, finding quality people to come on the show
was very hard, so we had to settle.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that we didn't expect the response that we got from the community to be quite honest. We were prepared to build, to grind, to claw our way up, and I have to say I think the show has kind of exceeded my expectations of where I thought we would be 16 episodes in. We're just starting to go around the swirly. We haven't gone actually down the hole like I kind of thought we would be. So there's still hope. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate your support.
Anytime.
Yeah. Did I fulfill my contractual obligations with that?
Well, for the most part. I mean, I really had to give you a percentage, so you're right.
I do want to bring this up only because Jayde, you were part of the beta that just got done with the Killer Instinct, right? With Code Mystics. I think
That
it's
is
kind of
accurate.
funny that they were on sale for $2.99. Then they went back up to $3.99 or even $4.99, and then you guys came out and announced to the world that Code Mystics was working on this, and wouldn't you know it, they went back on sale. Do you think there's any kind of conspiracy with that? That Arcade One Up was kind of like, oh,
No, not at all.
Oh,
I will say this though. I mean that by far, from a software standpoint and playability, is the tightest, most refined game probably that they have on their platform. Like it is really a polished product, and continues to move forward in that way.
So, MG, you have just got the comment of the evening. He has won the internet. He says, I only subscribed to this show very recently. I feel I may unsubscribe before Christmas. Oh, I may unsubscribe as a Christmas gift to myself. That there.
Well, he can't because we don't have a return policy. So once you subscribe, you cannot subscribe. There's no return.
Oh, like
policy.
no deposit, no return.
Right, exactly.
So MG wants to know, can you confirm or deny, does that mean Code Mystics is working on Blitz? That's a very good question.
I can say that they put out a statement that pretty much said that they didn't really have anything to do with it. So that would be the only thing I would say about that.
So this is also a rumor that I've heard. Crazy Old Marie says, does Liv still work at 1UP? I have seen rumors and articles on Reddit, whether they're true or not, that says that she does not still work there. I don't know if there's truth to that, because the whole camp has been quiet, so I can't really answer that. But I, too, am curious about that as well. We don't know what's going on over in that camp. But it would be cool if some of these other coders would pick up the slack. We used to have a guy that used to make parts for Arcade 1UP. He made really good ones, too. He made ones that didn't break, and then he just gave up on them. Just said, screw you, community.
Here's the problem, though.
Is that not what I said.
the more of a reputation that a company like that gets for being looked down upon by a community that is very niche, even if they sell plenty of caps to normies, which is, debatable, but when you're looked down upon by a niche community as basically being deceitful or trash or whatever it may be, then I think that it's probably less likely that people are going to want to put their names on your product. That's just my logical thought process.
Yeah. We got some mixed information in the chat room. Some say that she's left, so and they're blaming you, P-Dub. So I mean, but I do that. I do that all the time. So I mean, that is what it is. But P-Dub says she's gone. Biggie D says no. P-Dub says she does still work there. So nobody really knows. But Glenn, there was a guy that was in the community that used to make these parts for Arcade 1UP. And in fact, I saw a picture of him right before the show started. He had his hat on backwards, and he was doing this gesture with his finger. And he was telling the community like why he wasn't making those parts anymore. And do you think you can reenact that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Bill, you remember what that was, right? You remember?
I do, but that wasn't that person doing it. That was the person reenacting someone else.
No, that was
doing it.
The person that was making the parts that basically said, "Screw you, community. I'm not making them anymore."
Nope, that is not true.
You
are perpetuating disinformation, Mr. Steven.
Me? No, I would never do such a thing.
Did you guys hear this rumor about Arcade 1UP though? That AI is running Arcade 1UP now.
Well, at least someone is.
Nah.
I heard that's why your package is getting shipped so late, Steven. The AI doesn't like
Hey,
you.
let's
Your
not
AI
talk about my
overlord.
package, okay? Let's leave my package out of
boy.
this, all right?
Unfortunately, that seems to be the problem at the home. Your pack is being left alone.
Yeah, let's not. What somebody probably did is they set it up on the back of the UPS.
Come on, you knew it was coming.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, we haven't heard from anyone. Nobody really knows. If you've got some inside information,
Inmates are running the asylum tonight, guys.
yeah, we're having a ball here tonight. In case you haven't noticed, 724-893-8603. I'm not collecting phone numbers, so listen, I've got bazillion phone numbers in here of people that called, so don't feel like, oh, I can't call in because of XYZ. Let's shift it. We talked about what was good for this year. What do you foresee? What do you guys foresee for this upcoming year? What are we going to see going forward? I mean, because I feel like we've kind of hit this plateau in this niche space. I feel like we're seeing content creators coming in. We're seeing content creators coming out. I think we're seeing people lose interest, people burning out. People are tired of this company or that company. They're tired of this, this emulation or that. What do you foresee coming up here in this future year?
Well, I think that
oh, you're going to start. You don't need time to prepare?
Bill?
No, please, you started. Go ahead.
I know, like, for myself personally, I'm going to focus on kind of expanding out with more game related stuff. So I'll probably be streaming a little bit more. I'm going to be doing that documentary that I've actually got pretty much everything I need to do the first half of it, and I've been working on editing that, which has taken me a really long time. But I really do want it to be good. And so there's going to be other things too. Like, I'd like to go out a little bit more and
like leave your house.
Like leave my house and do. So I would say this: like, my content may be a little bit more sparse, or it may just vary depending on what's going on. But I feel like it's going to be a good year as far as like what's going to be out there and what I can explore, and kind of like one of the goals that I want to focus on, and I know all of us like this, but is doing things that people within the home arcade and gaming community can look at and go, oh, that's a cool idea, or this looks fun, and maybe they see that content and then they run with that idea or just enjoy watching it for what it is. So that's kind of what my goals are and what I'm looking forward to. And I'm looking forward to the Cyberpunk DLC.
Nice. Bill, do you need more time, or would you like me to pass on to Glenn?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know we make fun of Arcade Went Up a lot on here, but like I said, as somebody new just getting into this space, I am still interested in them. I am still interested to see what they're going to do this year, and kind of compare and contrast it to this past year on how things went. I'm hoping to see some new IPs from them, something we have no clue that they're planning on bringing instead of just the same old stuff again. I mean, obviously, I know we're going to see, I've said this in a few videos recently myself, that we know we're going to see the same legacy cabs over again from them next year. But I'm excited to see, like some of the new IP stuff. And
well, do you know why though, right?
What, with the legacies?
Yeah, because Michael B needs some more for his arcade.
Oh. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see, like, if anybody new comes along as well, in the space, even if it's not like the
That's
home
what
arcade,
I want to
maybe
see.
the home console stuff. I mean,
Yep.
I think Evercade was really interesting this past year.
Was that before or after their stuff got stolen?
Well, Yeah, I mean that's a whole
Oof.
other thing. But them,
Too soon?
that totally sucks for them. But I think as a company, what they're making, I think, is a really cool product. Just really, hitting on that whole thing of consoles and nostalgia. Yeah, I'd like to see if somebody new comes along and see what they have to offer.
No, there's no more space. There's too many of us.
What do you think, Glenn? What would you like to see here in this space in 2023?
Honestly, just keep prices low and bump up the quality. If you're going to sell something worth someone buying. That's it. Treat your customers like you'd want to be treated yourself. Don't just try and make a buck. Try and make something worthy of people purchasing, spending the money on.
Which brings me to our favorite company, AtGames.
AtGames news and notes.
All right, so you guys all started getting your emails from AtGames about your quad play, and but there was something interesting that happened. That mini pinball table, which I've been telling everybody that's been super overpriced from day one, was dropped $100. All right, so I want to see what the panel thinks about this. So a week later, after somebody pre-ordered it for $100 more than what they put it on sale for, that certain people went back to AtGames and said, "Hey, we just bought this last week. We pre-ordered it, and now you lowered the price by $100. Can we, get a price match on this?" AtGames did that little gesture, Glenn, that you were showing us earlier. Yeah, so what AtGames decided to say was, yeah, no, we don't price match. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We just took you for an extra $100. Sorry, we're just not. We're not going to.
What? I can't tell you anymore. I've told you how many times not to pre-order. How many times I got to say that?
So and it's not just Arcade 1-Up.
It's
right?
the corpo way.
But I think there has to be some integrity if you're a company. If you're going to put something on sale within 30 days, heck, even let's take one, 15 days, you should honor it. Crickets. Thank you. You should honor that. AtGames. Are you listening to me, AtGames?
But that's why you purchase it out of an actual store who will do that. If something does come up on sale, guess what? You go back to that store service center, you will get it on sale.
I agree with that. Walmart for everything.
Yeah. So I don't understand why people, especially Arcade 1-Up and those type of machines, because they are available in stores. They've said stuff is only available in their shop, and it goes into Best Buy. It's only available in the shop. It's at Walmart. It's at GameStop. And you have that ability when something's wrong with it to actually go back to the store. I don't understand why people have to pre-order these things, because it's not to your benefit. It's to their benefit. And Steven, your prime example, you've been waiting how long? You still don't have it.
And that's why I did that. But the Dr. Seuss tables are going to be fun. I see Raymond Reed in the chat room. He says those tables are going to be fun. I agree. I'm looking forward to them. The 19th, if you're part of the LPO program, if you're just a regular Joe Schmo off the road, you're getting it on the 20th, which is really cool. And MG says, so Best Buy price matched me to Infinity Table at $449, which that thing is like an abandoned project too. But for $449 shipped, they sent me an email 2 days later saying, "Oh, we can't price match it." Oh, and for those that don't know, that's like a $900 table. So for MG to get it,
like $1,000.
Yeah, I think it is the bigger one, the 32-inch table. I think it is a grand. So MG, kudos, man. If you would have got it for $449, you got a steal on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's worth that $1,000 price tag. I think $450 is a good price for that 32-inch screen. But Bonafide Picker, he's got a good point here in the chat room. Also, he says, and they wonder why consumers become uninterested in this hobby.
Yep, that's right.
100%.
Yeah.
Going to burn people so many times before they turn off to it,
They really became overzealous, and instead of focusing on what's important and what's which they made improvements and they've done things here and there, but then they're just trying to make a buck, and then they're just putting out one turd after another.
Well, you become a public beta tester.
Unpolished turd.
Well, you're a public beta tester for a product that you purchased.
But that could be okay if that was, no.
If that was the agreement.
Right. Listen, you could buy this machine early, but you're going to be doing.
But I'm a
testing, helping us out.
consumer. I'm not talking with the companies. I don't want to be a public beta tester. I want to turn the stupid thing on, and I want to do what it's telling me that I'm going to do with it. And I don't want to buy it this week and have you put it on sale a week later for $100 off.
Well, you know what? Another sad part of this whole thing is, again, I'm going to put it down to the generation that we're at, because you Utes who buy these new Xbox 55s and Qbert PS6s are fine with buying a game incomplete and downloading DLC content to fix it. And that's kind of what these companies are doing as well. You're buying unfinished hardware and waiting or hoping that it's patched and downloaded. That's the corporate mindset now, and you Utes brought that in play. My generation, it worked when you got it. That was
it. You guys
or it didn't, and you lived with it.
In the snow.
Well, that's right. E.T. I have to give that to E.T., which is true. But I'm just saying right now with the, when the first generation arcade one-ups came out, they didn't have updatability. When you had a bad board, you had to get a new board. Like when they came out the Galaxian with the miscolored ship and freezing, they had to ship out a whole new board. So eventually they wised up and had one that's, you could put a flash drive in and then eventually Wi-Fi. But that's the company mindset. Just ship it. We'll fix it later. Ship this next one. We'll fix it later. And you know what? It's not the way to do business.
Glenn,
make sure the stuff works if you have it going out.
I want you to
55.
continue this rant, but MG wants to know, he's just asking, where can he get it? Where can he get an Xbox 55?
I meant to say an Xbox 35. I didn't mean 55. 55 is not going to be out for a couple of years yet. The 35.
Okay. And Paul goes on to say, and you're so right, Paul. I don't know what I was thinking. I apologize. He said my standards are too high.
Yeah.
Shame. He's going to hit that unsubscribe button now. I mean, this show is just going from bad to worse.
You know what you don't have to be disappointed with, though?
The Build-A-Cade?
Original arcade machine.
Yeah, you do, because you can't find parts for them.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole different ball of waxes with that one.
Yeah, and you have to kind of know a little something about something with it.
But
you know what?
And I'm not putting it down.
But what you can do, at least with these original arcade machines, if you want to go on the right, get a Mister, and you have hardware recreation. So in theory, you can keep them going, even if it's not the original board, because it's the original recreation of the board. But
they're more instinctual. You know what you're getting into. To
a point. But you could spend, you can go out and spend $2,000 on a fully redone machine. You buy it at an auction, you get it home, then the CRT blows.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So I would spend the money. So I want a real Donkey Kong. If I could find one that was fully restored for $2,000, it's small enough that it's a little bit bigger than one up.
No.
I would
Steven.
put it
the
in.
The problem is that you can't put it in your cart 30 times before.
I would not put it in my cart. My thing is, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, in these arcades, you have to be very careful with the CRTs. Like if you bounce them a certain way, you're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Done. It could work.
No, they're good. They're good.
I don't know.
Well, if there's something goes wrong with CRT, there are people who will fix it, but there are sometimes even the guys who know how to fix them screw up and they blow the tube. So
that's my fear. Anyways.
And there was actually, I saw a video today from the Nostalgia Nerd. I don't know if anyone follows the Nostalgia Nerd.
Is he older than you?
No, he's not. He's younger than me, but he's got an older show name. But in any case, was a gentleman on his show. I can't remember his name right now. He was making replacement cases for the Amiga. But now he's coming out with a new product on Kickstarter, I think the next couple of days, where it will be a CRT, not a CRT, an LCD, but it will look like a CRT with interchangeable cookies in the back. They just sort of delicious cookies. Modules on the back that'll give you some ability. I don't know if you could pull up the Nostalgia Note, Stephen. You can kind of see this is basically an LCD panel, very low latency, but it has modules you can put in the back, including a Mister. You can actually put the Mister or Raspberry Pi in the monitor itself. But you can have, S-Video out, DVI. It'll do CGA. It'll do EGA. It'll do VGA. It'll do 15 hertz for the Amiga. game modules. So stuff like that might still be the future of like when CRTs do go out, people trying to now basically emulate the CRT look and feature set. But in any case, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I'm old. It happens.
No, it's okay. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna give people a break from this ranting here, because Bill has a special retro gaming spotlight for you guys. Check it out.
Retro Gaming Spotlight.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to another edition of Retro Gaming Spotlight. It's the holiday season, so what better time to look at a classic holiday-themed game? This particular game is based off of a movie franchise. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Bill, don't games based on movies suck? Well, yes. Yes, they do. Most of the time that's true. But not this particular game. This game is actually based on a trilogy of movies, one of which is perhaps the greatest Christmas movie ever made. All I have to say as we take a look at this game is Merry Christmas, motherfucker. And of course the game I'm talking about is Die Hard Trilogy. Now, Die Hard Trilogy was originally released for the PlayStation in August of 1996, with versions for Windows and Sega Saturn following in December of that year. Now, in Die Hard Trilogy, you of course take on the role of John McClane and play through three separate games, three separate game types that are, roughly based on the movies themselves. The first one being Die Hard, where you will travel through Nakatomi Tower, taking on terrorists and trying to rescue as many hostages as possible. And then, of course, the second section of the game is based on the second movie, Die Hard 2, Die Harder. And here you will be taking on terrorists at the airport in a virtual cop style shooter. Now, if I remember correctly, this game did play with the control pad. You could not use a light gun with it, at least not on PlayStation. It did play rather well with the control pad, but I would say that had this used the gun con, it would have been even that much better. And then, of course, the third and final part of the game is based on Die Hard with a Vengeance, where you will be driving around the city in a taxi cab, really just trying to find and defuse all of the bombs. It's kind of a messed up version of Crazy Taxi. But you know what? Hey, it was a lot of fun. So there you have it. Those are the three parts of the Die Hard Trilogy game. He said Die Hard being one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. Yes, I know. I'm having a little bit of fun with it. But in all honesty, I do remember this just being a fun game, and one that was just, really interesting in the fact that you had the three different plane mechanics making up the game, so that it wasn't just the same thing over and over again. But that is going to do it for this Retro Gaming Spotlight. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hey, more game time.
Oh my goodness, Bill, you outdid yourself yet again.
Come on, Die Hard, one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made.
Yep,
100%.
And I was telling the guys, there's big debate with that because the actors themselves say it's not a Christmas movie.
Nope, no one says that. No one says it. Just you, Steven.
Okay, I don't really care one way or the other. It was really
well, that's
good.
the problem right there, isn't it, Steven? Since you don't care one way or the other, you're not getting the facts straight.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm over here checking my UPS to see if there's any more movement on my. Wait, hang on. I'm refreshing. I'm going in. Hang on. I'm going in. Hang on. I want to make sure. Oh, I think we got some movement. I think we. Nope. Nope movement. Nope. Well, I got to let everybody see it now. Wah, 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 wah. All right, back to Die Hard.
Well.
Anyways, all right,
Do you
Jade.
guys, wait. Do you guys want to hear this really funny comment before we go into the next thing?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this was a comment left on a live stream that I just did recently. And this person commented and they said, although functional, AtGames cabinets are very ugly. I thought you had better taste.
What is with these fanboys? Like, seriously.
I don't know, but I literally just responded to it with a LOL emoji because I actually like laughed my TTs off.
Okay. All right, so Bo Knows Tecmo. He says it probably wasn't intended to be a Christmas movie, but now it is because it comes on every Christmas. Okay, I can go with that. MG says returned to sender. 5 more days. Biggie D, brother, it's been sitting since last. Go back earlier in the show. I rant and raved about it. I'm not going to do it again and make everybody else have to listen to it. If you missed the beginning of the show, you definitely want to go back because there's a new arcade open up in Niles, Ohio. I show a little bit of the videos in the beginning of it. Y'all going to be jealous because it's 15 minutes from my house. That's all I'm going to say. You have to watch the beginning of the show.
Segment.
What is your next segment? What are we watching here? Tell us, please. Oh dear, tell us. This show is going nowhere fast.
Well, the question is, do you want to go fast?
So, as you guys know, a while back, I picked up a San Francisco Rush with a Rock Edition upgrade kit. This is delivery day when everybody smashed their fingers bringing into my house. Thanks, guys, and sorry about your fingers. But here's a little look at the inside right after I got it. It actually wasn't in bad shape. I just wiped it down a little bit and cleaned it up pretty easily. Now, I refinished the top with some black paint and rust treated those screws. So even though they look brown still, they've been rust treated. I did the whole top and the back side, which we'll see in a little bit, and it just looks a lot better. Now, I never expect to restore these things to looking like perfectly brand new. I don't really want that. I did use the original T-molding. Even though I had planned on replacing it, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. Now, the art is another story. I had to completely redesign the art from scratch because for some reason, people don't sell Rush artwork. How did I manage to accomplish this feat, you might be wondering? This is my seller, Danny.
These are...
Say hi, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hey.
Well, it turns out Danny used to own his own printing business and still has all of the high-quality equipment to be able to print artwork out. So he says, hey, if you can get me the artwork, I'll print it out for you, no problem. So, of course, I did the only thing I knew I could possibly do. I recreated all the artwork from scratch using basically scraps I found on the internet and made high-resolution images for all of the panels of the cabinet. There are a few areas which are imperfected or kind of damaged, and I just tried to clean it up as best as I could. Overall, I'm really happy with the way that it came out, and Danny had an extra piece of plexiglass which he custom cut for me to fit the marquee panel. Aside from having to clean it up, there was only a couple small repairs I had to do. Well, I had to basically open up the shifter and reconnect things and lube it up a little bit. I also had to replace the reverse button. And the steering wheel needed new bolts, which I was able to get from Home Depot. The music button needed to be replaced, and the fan, I still want to replace with a quieter fan. That thing is so loud. The Coimex were working great, and all the volume controls were good. The only other thing I had to do was plug in the harness for the speakers to the seat, and once I did that, the subwoofer started working and everything was back to normal as far as the audio went. Now, like I talked about, I refinished that back panel, and again, here's the inside all cleaned up. It really wasn't much work, and everything was very clean. The monitor didn't need any adjustments. It was already set pretty well, even though I did double check the vertical and horizontal hold. So let's take a look at some of the gameplay, and you can see how well it plays. Side note, in the settings menu, there's a lot of crazy settings that you can adjust with the steering wheel and other various things that I was totally unaware of, like how in-depth it goes. I actually lowered the steering sensitivity a little bit because it really does pull kind of hard when you have it up high enough. So I lowered mine. But the game feels good. The force feedback works perfectly, and it's just a smooth experience. I think I need to adjust the difficulty setting a little bit though, because I can never get first place, even if I try perfectly. With all that being said, there's only a couple small things I have left to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
She said lube. So, I want to answer this question here that came in from Sir Sega. GRS, when can I get a Tron stick with the block button? So, the developer of the GRS Tron stick said, screw you to the community. He's not doing it. If he comes out one with a block button, it's only to block Arcade 1-Up. It's not for anything else. You will not be able to get it because he doesn't feel like it's important anymore for any of us peons that don't want to buy his Build-A-Cade.
Now, that's not true. So,
that's the memo that I got from Negro.
No, that's
so
not
I
the
don't
memo.
want to hear it.
It'll probably be out the first quarter of 2023. All of our efforts had to go into the Build-A-Cade to make it for the Christmas season, right? That was the goal. So it'll be out 2023, but it'll be a much improved stick. Can't go into too many details yet because people tend to borrow without permission certain things about them. So I'm just going to keep tight-lipped till it gets released.
Yeah, because we're all waiting for him. You kind of missed that discussion earlier, but
video playback. That's what the video playback is for.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, Jayde, did you? Oh, you did answer that, but answer for on the stream anyways. Where did you get the buttons for San Francisco Rush?
So on the Rush, those buttons actually, it's pretty common for them to break. So it's not the actual switch or anything. It's the plastic on the other side of the button that you screw on there. It just eventually like kind of splits apart. Anyways, you can get those off of eBay if you want the original ones, but the only person that I've seen selling them is where I got mine from, one of mine from, and he was not very good. Like, he took forever to ship, and I actually had to file a claim to get him to ship. And then I
bought
did
them from
find
Arcade 1-Up?
Hey, that's too early.
Sorry. Sorry.
But Amazon sells generic ones that look exactly like those. It's just that they don't have a label on it, like it doesn't say music or view. But you can buy them in like orange or green or whatever. So that's another good alternative.
Very cool.
All right.
Well, guys, I think we're coming up to the bottom of the hour here. We're going to have to wrap things up for this year. I'm trying to look and see if there's any other comments we might have missed. And I was being facetious about my comment earlier about the Tron stick.
You facetious?
No.
Say it ain't so.
No. I'm trying. So, on that note, for the last time of 2022, Jayde Shelion, youtube.com/Shelion Gaming. And Wow Bill, youtube.com/Retro Bill's Gaming Show.
Wait, do I get to plug my video?
Will you do it already? You prima donna, you. I'm trying to go through. Go ahead. You're as bad as Glenn.
Okay, if you guys haven't checked out my latest video on the multicade project.
All right, on that note, we're going to go. Oh.
Am I good now?
Yeah, go ahead. They're giving me the okay.
No, that's it. Just go check out my channel and watch that video if you're interested in any good alternatives to anything that's out there.
Yeah, it's a mighty big.
And
Kevin.
have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Can I switch it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Glenn.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Just one other thing.
Does anybody got the Jeopardy theme on speed button, I guess? Anybody? This is typical. Like, I'm always in the car first, waiting on my wife to come out, usually honking the horn 1 or 2 times. Always last one up, first one out the door. Why does it seem like this is like deja vu? Are you good? Okay. Glenn, go ahead, take it away. Where can they get all their good Glenn's Retro Show stuff?
Well, of course, we have the T-Sticks website, the glensretroshow.com site. But more importantly, at this time of year, it's not even about products, not about anything like that. It's about family and friends. You know, I got my virtual friends here on the Game Time show. But you have your friends and family at home. Just make sure you call them, let them know you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. You never know. And if you're having a fight with someone, make sure you reach out and maybe give a little olive branch. And if they don't like it, then you smack them. But in any case, have a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate, and a very good New Year, safe New Year. And we'll see you back here in 2023. Of course, the Old Guy Show will be doing more shows.
So he finally admits it's the Old Guy Show.
Yeah, I had a little too much rum here, so I shouldn't have said that. But
Oh, all right. So
wait.
We are coming back this year, right?
We will be back tentatively January 5th, 2023. I know tomorrow night at some point, if you're into Fortnite or any kind of online gaming, we are going to be playing that tomorrow night. I'll probably be streaming that. So over the next 2 weeks, I will definitely still be live at some point doing something. I know Juan watches the show; he'll be tuned in, so we're gonna try to do that. But yeah, I'm with Glenn on that. Listen, no matter, we joke around here, we talk about these companies that really drive us nuts. Right after this show, when we get off, Glenn's gonna be calling Scott Bacharach of Arcade One Up and just telling him how much he's so sorry for all the things that have happened this year, and he just wants to give him a big hug, and they're gonna make up and all's going to be well in the world of home arcade space with Glenn and Arcade
Party
One
music,
Up.
Glenn. Party music.
Because you just don't know. You just don't know. They just might be here today and gone tomorrow.
I thought we were doing like a Christmas dance-off at the end.
No, we're getting out of here before people start unsubscribing. We'll see you guys all next year. Have a good one. If you sat through this,
God bless you all.
See ya.
libs.
What's too bad? I
No
did.
audio.
I don't know. They said something about the audio wasn't on. I didn't. They weren't able to hear anything that was going on. I don't know. Glenn, play your music again. I wasn't. I want to make sure it's working. See, we can hear it. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, if only they could sit here, and they always wonder, like, what do you guys do when we get off the air, right? What does Glenn do when we get off? This is what he does. This is, if they could see us now. This is what game time's all about. Maybe we should just do I wonder if they would sit and watch this. Going out with a Do you have a snowman?
Oh God.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I didn't turn it off again. Dang it. Oh. That means we're all right. Oops. See you guys.